What if I told you that the secret to experiencing miracles starts with something simple, like closing your eyes, listening to a soft sound, and letting gratitude bloom in silence? ASMR soothes the senses, and in that peaceful state, the heart opens to feel and practice gratitude more deeply. Together, they don't just calm, they heal. They transform. They create space for the impossible to happen. Millions of people turn to ASMR to find peace. Gentle sounds, whispered voices, rhythmic clicks, it's almost magical. And it truly can be an amazing experience. For a few minutes, your body relaxes and your mind slows down. But what if that's just the beginning? What if you could combine this momentary pleasure with something deeper and longer lasting? Something that not only soothes, but transforms. There's a quiet, almost invisible feeling that enhances the effect of any relaxation technique. A feeling that can heal emotional wounds, shift your mindset, and even open doors to more prosperity. And very few people talk about it. In this video, you'll understand how gratitude can completely shift the way you feel. And more, how it can work hand in hand with ASMR to create an effect that lingers, even after the video ends. Stay with me until the end, because today you'll discover why gratitude is the missing link between temporary pleasure and lasting peace. A true antidote to stress, and the key to a life with more lightness, meaning, and real transformation. This channel is still new. But the videos you'll find here aren't ordinary. They're designed to offer a unique blend of sensations that soothe and, at the same time, awaken the best in you. If that resonates with you, subscribe now. You're at the start of a journey that can renew how you feel, think, and live. And your presence here is already part of that change. Have you ever noticed how ASMR acts like a pause button for your mind? Just hit play, and soft sounds wrap you in a cocoon of calm. For a few minutes, the world fades away, and your body finally exhales. And that's okay. That's good. It helps. But what if you could make that state last longer? Studies show ASMR really does help reduce short-term stress. It activates the parasympathetic system, lowers heart rate, brings comfort. But on its own, its effect is short-lived. And that's where the magic of gratitude comes in. Gratitude is like a root. While ASMR is the flower that captivates for a moment, gratitude is what makes the garden bloom every day. It teaches you how to be calm, even without external stimulus. And the most amazing part? It stays with you. You don't have to hit play. You don't have to wait for the next video. You just have to choose to look around, and notice. When you write down 3 things you're grateful for, just 2 minutes a day, you rewire your brain, strengthen your emotional resilience, and activate neural circuits linked to empathy and hope. And if you still enjoy ASMR, great. Use both. One soothes from the outside. The other transforms from the inside. Together, they do more than relax, they create a new mental pattern. While ASMR eases the moment, gratitude shapes your future. While ASMR silences your mind for a few minutes, gratitude teaches you how to speak kindly to your thoughts. And you know what's most impressive? Scientific studies prove that 14 days of practicing gratitude reduces anxiety and boosts serenity for up to 3 months, even after stopping the daily practice. Gratitude isn't just a feel-good emotion. It's a mental exercise. And when paired with the pleasure you already get from ASMR, it becomes a powerful tool for healing. That's why, starting today, don't choose one or the other. Use both. But know this, gratitude is what turns sensations into real change. It's what turns pleasure into purpose. So you try what you can. You play a relaxing video. You turn on ASMR. That soft voice, the sound of rain, fingertips tapping on a soft surface. And yes, the body responds. Breathing slows. Muscles loosen. The mind finally finds some relief. But sometimes, even with all that, sleep doesn't come. Not because ASMR doesn't work, it does. But because, on its own, it doesn't reach what's deeper. ASMR soothes the surface. But it's gratitude that touches the quieter layers of the soul. It goes beyond sound. It reaches what's hidden in the heart. And that's why, when they walk together, the effect is different. Lighter. Longer lasting. More real. Picture the scene: you turn off the lights. The room is still. Maybe there's even a soft background sound, like your favorite ASMR. But this time, you do something extra. You grab a notebook. And you write, without rushing, 3 things you're grateful for today. Maybe something simple: the smell of coffee, a kind gesture, or just the fact that you're breathing. And in that moment, something within you realigns. Your brain understands it can stop fighting. That there is beauty, even in ordinary days. And this prepares the body to sleep, effortlessly. Without escape. With lightness. Studies show that this small gesture before bed, writing down reasons to be grateful, improves sleep quality, reduces nighttime awakenings, and increases the feeling of rest. And not just for one night. But for weeks. Because gratitude creates coherence between body and mind. And sleep is the fruit of that silent harmony. You can still use ASMR. It helps. It relaxes. But with gratitude, you don't just sleep. You find an inner place of rest. Because it's not the silence of the world that soothes us. It's the silence we cultivate within. And when that silence is born from gratitude, the pillow becomes more than rest. It becomes a refuge. Most people want to wake up well. More energy. More clarity. More meaning. But often, what's felt upon waking, is emptiness. A sadness without a name. A cloud in the chest, even with no apparent reason. And in the search for relief, they turn to sounds, videos, ASMR, and yes, it helps. But the question remains: why does that well-being disappear so quickly? It's because what's missing isn't stimulation. It's reconnection. Not with the world outside, but with the world within. And that's where gratitude steps in with its quiet strength. Unlike ASMR, which needs to be repeated to work, gratitude has a cumulative effect. It plants emotional roots. And over time, those roots support you on good days, and on hard ones too. With each sentence written, with each small reason acknowledged, you build a new foundation. Firmer. More aware. And more resilient to the ups and downs of the day. And you know what's beautiful? Even if you stop the practice for a while, the benefits remain. Studies confirm, 2 weeks of gratitude impact your well-being for up to 3 months. Why? Because gratitude doesn't just soothe. It transforms. It changes the lens through which you see life. You begin to notice beauty where there was once noise. Hope where there was once fatigue. You start living with more serenity, not because everything outside changed. But because you've rediscovered what's most essential inside yourself. That is the true effect of gratitude: less reactivity. More balance. Less need to search outside for what already exists within. And ASMR? It's still a powerful tool. But now, it becomes an ally. A complement. A sensory bridge that leads you into that inner space of gratitude. When gratitude becomes part of who you are, you don't just wake up. You awaken. Relationships, they touch us deeply. They can heal us, but they can also hurt. And sometimes, even surrounded by people, you feel isolated. As if something inside you isn't being seen, or understood. In trying to fill that emptiness, we seek connection. We send messages. We consume motivational content. And we even turn on ASMR, which, interestingly, activates the same brain areas linked to social bonding and affection. For a few minutes, it feels like someone is there. But deep down, we know we're alone in front of a screen. And that's why ASMR helps, but it doesn't rebuild bonds. Gratitude, though, does. When you express genuine gratitude to someone, something shifts in both of you. You and the other person. Because gratitude creates connection. It restores bridges. It reactivates good memories. It reopens paths that once seemed lost. Try it, choose someone. Write a simple, sincere message. Thank you for what you did. It might seem small, but to me, it meant a lot. Expect nothing in return. Just send it. That small action heals. And even more, it strengthens your own bond with yourself. Because every time you recognize someone's value, you rediscover your own. Gratitude, unlike ASMR, doesn't just soothe. It draws you closer. It heals distances. It transforms how we connect with the world, and with ourselves. Even in the loneliest moments, there are traces of kindness left along the way. Sometimes they're small gestures, other times they're soft memories, like the sounds that comfort you in an ASMR video. But when you combine that sensory comfort with true gratitude, something greater happens. You reconnect with what is essential, not what is fleeting. You don't have to shape yourself just to be accepted. You don't need to chase recognition. You just need to nurture true gratitude. Because gratitude doesn't pull you away from who you are, it brings you back. It draws you near, connects, strengthens. It changes relationships, because it changes your presence within them. And when you change on the inside, the world around you responds. Who are you when no one's around? Not the title you hold. Not the role you play. But who you are when everything goes quiet. Many people search for that answer in the outside world, social media, validation, achievements. And in the meantime, they keep feeling invisible. That's why so many turn to ASMR. Because it offers that immediate comfort, the feeling of being heard, embraced, even if just by a stranger's voice. And it helps. It works. But it's temporary. Now, when you combine that moment of relief with the habit of gratitude, you begin to rebuild something deeper, your emotional identity. Each act of gratitude is like an inner whisper saying, I see who I am. And I am worthy of love, care, and peace. That creates roots. You start telling your story from a place of strength, not lack. You stop being defined by what was missing, and start being guided by what was received with love. Science has already proven it. Gratitude strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the region of the brain responsible for decision-making, identity, and emotional balance. In other words, you begin to see yourself with more clarity, more stability, more truth. Not because someone told you who you are, but because you've learned to see yourself with the right eyes. And what does that change? Less comparison. Less shame. More courage to be who you are. You stop seeking love in applause. And start feeling love in the simple fact that you exist. ASMR can calm you. But gratitude grounds you. It brings you back to center. It gives you stability. It gives you direction. And it turns you into the author of your own story. It's not about forcing positivity. It's about recognizing the wholeness of your journey, and still, giving thanks. That's the true identity of someone who lives with gratitude, not defined by pain, but by the decision to move forward with a full heart. Most people look at the future with fear. Maybe they don't say it out loud, but they feel it inside. What if it all goes wrong? What if I end up alone? What if nothing changes? These doubts shape decisions, sabotage dreams, and freeze action. And in an attempt to escape, many numb themselves with sounds, videos, techniques. And yes, ASMR can offer relief. But it doesn't answer that fear. Because fear of the future only dissolves through faith. And gratitude is faith in motion. While ASMR disconnects you from the noise, gratitude reconnects you with purpose. It's not just a look back. It's a seed planted in the now, with eyes turned toward what's still to come. When you give thanks for what hasn't happened yet, your brain processes that emotion as real. And it begins to act as if you were already living it. This isn't mysticism. It's neuroplasticity. You activate circuits linked to hope, direction, and trust. And as the Bible says in Mark 11 verse 23, when you believe without doubting, it comes to pass. Gratitude fuels that belief. It strengthens faith. And your body responds. I am grateful for the peace I am building. I am grateful for the opportunities coming my way. I am grateful for the health blossoming within me. I am grateful for all the joy and fullness I have yet to live. This practice shifts your energy. It changes your behavior. It reshapes your story. Because now, you no longer walk in fear of what could go wrong. You move forward with the quiet certainty that good is already on its way. Gratitude is applied faith. It's proof that the best is yet to come. And when you live at that pace, you don't just dream. You build. So, if ASMR is temporary comfort for the senses, gratitude is a transformative force for the soul. Don't choose one or the other. Use both. Relax with ASMR. And transform through gratitude. You don't need the perfect audio, if you're willing to truly listen to what your heart's already been trying to say. Maybe everything you've been searching for out there, already exists within. In the silence. In the truth. In the choice to be thankful. And if there's still any doubt, can just 2 minutes a day really do all that? I can't answer that for you. Only you can. Because there's only one way to know: practice. Right. Feel. And slowly begin to notice that when you change on the inside, the world around you changes too. And if this video spoke to your heart, you don't need to rush or pressure yourself. Just take a deep breath. And if you feel called to keep walking this path of inner transformation, consider subscribing to the channel. We're just getting started, and every day, you'll find here a new step toward the peace that lasts. See you in the next video.